Alright, my friends, welcome back. Today we're going into what makes me a winner, and I'm just gonna get to it, folks. I have been asked quite a bit over the past few weeks, past few months, why and how I am able to do what I do at the level I do it, at the pace specifically I do it. And I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna talk to you about that because part of the Shed Knives community, which, by the way, join the movement if you haven't already. But part of the Shed Knives community is bettering each other, bettering ourselves, and bettering the community we're in. So, folks, I figured if I'm winning, if I'm doing things that get stuff done, I better share that with you guys, because who am I to not share things that work? So, we're gonna set the knives to the side today. Not gonna show off any knives, so if you're here for that, pick a different video. I'm sorry, we're going into fixing and improving and doing better. That's the topic. And the reason for that, my friends, is to document and show you the progress that I go through on a daily basis, so that way I can truly back what I mean by there is no substitute to Shed Knives, because there truly is not. There's no substitute. There's no, we are second to none. We're number one. Pick a category, Shed Knives wins, and I need to be a winner. I need to be winning more than everybody else in my niche, in my field, whatever you want to call it. So let's get into it. Here are a few things that I do that help me win. Number one, 3:15 to 4 a.m. wake-ups. Alright, when I get a good night's rest, my body is naturally up before 4 a.m. I believe this is a genetic thing. My dad is the same exact way. He's up very early as well. Maybe not 3 a.m. early, but still very, very early. So, anyways, 3:15 to 4 a.m. If I wake up before 4 a.m., kind of between that 3:15 window, any earlier, I become not super functional during the day. But yeah, before 4 a.m. definitely gotta be up, gotta be at it. And I noticed that the days I am not up at 4 a.m., like for example this morning specifically, I got up at 4:33. all right, and sure, that's not too big of a difference. Oh, it's 33 minutes, whatever. Yeah, gonna be real with you guys. Later in the day, I had to sit down for 5 minutes, get it together, and get back to work. So being up before that time, or at that time, 4 a.m., just being rigid, disciplined, even if I'm tired, even if my body, I get these like jitters, that's like my body is still healing. Well, guess what? Get to it. You'll thank yourself later. And so that helps me win. I get ahead of everybody else, and it's great. And if I were to follow the same schedule on the West Coast in California, that time zone, I'd still be up before the majority of people. Number two, winner's breakfast. Believe it or not, this is my morning breakfast, and I absolutely love it. I'm not crazy into food, believe it or not, but this breakfast, I just like, it's so pure, it's so just real that it works. So anyways, it's 6 eggs, 6 scrambled eggs, 2 sausage patties, 2 scoops of salsa, 2 pinches of shredded cheese, Mexican blend cheese, by the way. Mix that all together, chop it up, just one big like bowl essentially. Then a glass of OJ on the side, orange juice, and a glass of water as well on the side. Do not pour that in, at least not for me. So that, my body feels clean, where if I'm eating like a breakfast sandwich from McDonald's, I get all foggy. And yeah, so this is very clean food. You can get like, I guess, unclean food with the same ingredients, but make sure it's pure. That works for me. Having a good meal, having a good clean meal first thing in the morning. And this is literally shortly after I wake up. So, and by the way, you'll see just having a rigid, this is point number 3, but having a rigid morning routine, just a morning ritual, we could call it, that will set your day up. Also, a bonus for my morning, adding in vitamin C, a multivitamin for immunity, like your health, what is it, immune system, that sort of thing, and creatine for lifting, for weights, that sort of thing. Those all help as well. I have not been sick for, I don't know, quite a while, where in my previous shop I was sick like all the time, and part of it was environment. Another part, I was not taking this like all this good food, supplements, all that stuff. So winter's breakfast, definitely do that. Get up early, have your morning routine. I also read my Bible in the morning as well. Get in the Word. Try and keep all the other distractions away. The phone, the photos, magazines, whatever. Just, you know, I like to read car magazines, so that can kind of be distracting very early in the morning. So whatever you're into, maybe it's a book, maybe it's whatever, try and keep that outside of your morning ritual, your morning routine. I do have a binder I will read that does have my core values and my core points. There's 10 of them. Maybe I'll mention that in a later video, but read that as well. So have a strong morning routine. Number 3 is actually talking to my friend about this, and he said, Jack, you gotta lighten up, you gotta have fun. And I gotta say, we have two very different personalities in this. I said it before, if you ask any of my friends who's the hardest worker in the group, they'll all say me. It's because I have fun with this. This is literally my fun. So point number 3, rigid schedule, no gaps, no breaks, no fun. Because if you cut out everything else and you have no fun, well, guess what? This will be your fun. This will be all the excitement you'll need. And that's exactly what I am striving for more and more each day, cutting out the gaps, cutting out the breaks, cutting out the fun, just stopping all of the extra stuff that is not media, marketing in the morning, okay, production in the afternoon, and doing my third-party sales in the evening. If it's not one of those 3, and also fitness is in there, in between my production and my third-party sales. But business-wise, if it's not one of those 3, then it doesn't need to be there. So that's something I am constantly improving. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Obviously, I do take a break here and there, and I beat myself up about it. And please do not be in the comments talking about, oh, Jack, well, you work hard, you deserve a break. Wrong. You deserve to work more no matter how hard you've worked. You deserve to work more. Okay, I'm going to show this to you guys. This is what I have. I put this photo up here. Enough sleep, return to the factory. And then I have my routine up here. I need to flip my meal and gym. I prefer doing my gym before I eat, but I posted my routine there. Gulag 3, we'll talk about that in a minute. But there we go. That's my perspective of life. Enough sleep, return to the factory. And I'll ask this, why no fun? Why no hanging out with whatever, going to the bar, going to blah blah blah, all this waste? Why none of that? It's because that's what losers do. That's what people who are not serious, not focused, that's the stuff they do. And guess what, folks? I'm focused. I know exactly where I'm headed. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm trying to be in life. Unlike 99, 98% of people on Earth, they're lost, gone with the wind. But guess what? At 21 years of age, just turned 21 by the way, so at 21 years of age, I know where I'm going. I know what I'm trying to achieve. And I encourage you to figure it out. Take a pen, take a piece of paper, write it out, figure out where you're trying to be. Might take a few times of doing it, might take some weeks, might take some days, but get it done ASAP. So point number 3 is probably the most important. Be rigid, at least if you want to work like me. I have 2 other friends which are literally like my bros. I don't have any siblings, so they're like my brothers. And these 2 have a very, very different work-life balance. It's okay to have a campfire. It's okay to go out to dinner and all these things. And that works really well for them. They're very successful with that stuff. Me, on the other hand, no. I was talking, one of my dealers actually asked me, Jack, do you have a girlfriend? And I said, no. And I was like, they were like, yeah, we didn't think so because this is like all you do. And I was like, you're right, too busy for it. And I could pull up messages now of me texting, nope, sorry, too busy. Literally, I remember one time, sorry, I have knives to mail. I've got orders to ship. That shelf needs to be full of knives. I've got knives to get out. Sorry. So, rigid schedule, don't let anybody knock you off it, and constantly improve. Number 4 kind of goes into rigid schedule, but lack of social stuff. Stop going out to the bar. What do you need to be drinking for? If you have to drink, which you don't, but if you have to, at least do it while you're on the computer. Jeez, I mean, if you have to go out and get a margarita, at least be productive. Like come on. So stop with this social. We need to go watch a movie, aka I need to burn time. No, I consider going out for a movie tonight. I was like, movie? I'm gonna sit there for 2 hours and do what? Waste time. No, I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm going to get to it. So, lack of social stuff. I have noticed it has sort of impacted me in, I guess, a negative way. It's just I get very firm in social situations. I mean, it's because I probably don't want to be there. A lot of the times I just don't want to be in the social situation. But when I do want to be there, I'm all good. A lot of you guys have met me at Blade Show. I'm very nice to be around, I'd say. But when I don't want to be in the social situation, it's like dragging a brick with you. I'm just like, what the heck are we here for? I want to work. Literally, I was at a, like, there's a Spanish nightclub type thing where they just play Spanish music. I'm like the only native English speaker there. I also speak Spanish though. But I was there, and it was kind of a send-off for one of my friends. This was months ago. And I said to my friend, I was like, I should bring a computer here next time. We haven't gone since. So that just sums it up. Okay, lack of social stuff. Work hard. Stop the noise. Just get to it. Get to the work. Write out your task. What do you have to do? And don't let anything get in the way. You're tired? Good. Do it anyway. You're sad. Don't care. Oh my freaking goodness. So many people, well, I'm not happy today. Well, guess what? You're going to be less happy tomorrow because you didn't perform. So that doesn't matter. I just say, one of the things that least impacts me, I would say, is happiness and sadness. That is one of the least impactful things to me in terms of work. Okay? I have been sad, I've been extremely happy. That does not change how I work. That might change other areas in my life, might impact other things I do, but work-wise does not stop me. I find it hard for other people to go through that, but then they stop performing. It's like, okay, we understand. Maybe you're having a bad day for something, or for some reason. This week has been rough, at least personally. But guess what? I've done more work this week than any other week in the past few weeks. So, man, how many times can we say week? But anyways, number 4, enough of that. Number 5, we're going to leave the chair and we're going to do something here. Daily fitness. Speaking of daily fitness, I quit my gym membership. I walked into Planet Fitness and said, no more. No, thank you. I'd like to cancel my gym membership, please. And yeah, so we canceled it. But what does that have to do about daily fitness? Jack, shouldn't you be at the gym? Yes, I should be at the gym. Here it is. This is my gym that I just made. So we're going to measure it. And I have some inspiration behind this gym. So my gym is, let's see here, 4 feet and 2 inches by, let's extend this tape measure here, keep going, by about 9 feet, yeah, 9 feet exactly. So 4 feet and 2 inches by 9 feet. That is my gym. Now, why have I decided to use this as my gym? Well, I realized that you can't build on a bad foundation. You need a good foundation. So I thought, let's ditch all the Kegel machines, let's ditch all the plates, let's just get rid of that and stick to the key components. So I was gifted a few workout things because this person was not using them. They stopped working out and I was just like, hey, I'll use them for you. So even though I'm gonna get all the results from it. Again, the key reason here, by the way, I'm in sweatpants, which you rarely see me in. It's for my fitness stuff. But anyways, you don't need much. So here's what I've got. I have a chair. There we go. We have a chair, talk about that. We have some 30-pound Peloton dumbbells. So you can see that, 30 pounds. So we have some 30-pound dumbbells. And we have this contraption, which can change into a bunch of different things. But the main purpose for this is so you can get on here, you can do it's like, what time is it? It's 1:20 in the morning. It's a little late to be doing this. However, you can do dips on this thing. You can change that so you can do different push-ups. The chair, show you the chair. Get on here, put your foot there. Boom, you can do split squats like that. Some people call these Bulgarian split squats. Man, I can't speak tonight. You can do Bulgarian split squats, the dumbbells. You can do curls. You can do arm. What are these? Cross body curls. Normal. You can do hammer curls just like that. You can push this up. Boom, just like that. Something I'll do, which I actually got from Andrew Tate, big business guy. Yeah, hate him or love him. He's got some great stuff. I got that idea. I'll set the dumbbells next to my chair and I'll just be doing this. Basically, just gonna put some dumbbells next to my chair, so that way, if I feel like my energy is declining through the day, or through 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, of just deep online work, just pick them up, boom, knock out 8, and then set them back down, and then heart goes. Also, I believe they're called endorphins. Endorphins, I don't know exactly what it is, but they're these things you get and they're released during workouts. And I thought, you know what, if I can be out of breath, like after doing some typing, because I've been working out, I've been doing this, my shoulders are getting big, all that stuff. It's like, you know what, that's good. Might sound a little cheesy, but it works. And the last thing we're gonna do over here, we're gonna knock out some burpees. And this, I gotta say, just being straightforward, this is a big like prison workout. So many people do this in prison, and it's just like, you know what, if these dudes are getting shredded and just big and lots of size and muscle being put on behind bars, it's like it better work in this place. So, and we'll talk about more about this here in a second, but this is what I'll do. And I actually just started this a few days ago, so starting to get more consistent with it. But hey, all you do, stand there, hands up, down, touch your toes. 1, up. Just do that. Or you can do 2. You can then you can keep going. So sometimes I put my hands up, sometimes I don't, just depends. So this is what I'm doing here. But let's go back to the office, talk about why. Because none of this really matters except why. The reason I'm doing this, why did I condense my gym to 4 feet and 2 inches by 9 feet? Why did I do that? Why did I give that up? Well, I want to build my foundation better. And not just foundation physically, but foundation mentally. If I can get in here and I can actually get a good workout every single day, just stop with the walking from equipment to equipment, having a conversation with Joe Schmo that doesn't matter. Why would I do that when I can just stand there in my little box and do workouts? 30 minutes, hour, 45 minutes. Right now my time is 30 minutes. Do 30 minutes from 6:30 to 7 every single day that I'm here. So 6 days a week. And by doing that, I'll be able to build better mental discipline. So that way when I go sign up for that gym membership again, my mind will be set with this better discipline. So that way I can max out those equipment pieces, the different cable machines, dumbbells, all that stuff, bench presses. I can max that stuff out more because I've done the work. I've been in my 4-foot 2-inch by 9-foot little box. I've been getting a good workout. I've been putting on size and looking good. So that's why. So I can increase my mental discipline. So daily fitness, that's something that helps make me a winner. I also got to say, just from a health perspective, I notice when I don't work out, I do not want to eat. It's like my body is just not burning calories. So literally just from a health standpoint, physical fitness is great. Whether you're going for a daily walk, you're doing a daily run, you're lifting weights, you're squatting, whatever it may be, as long as it is physically just something good for you physically, you should be doing that every single day. So go. Make your little box in your garage or your backyard. Get a chair, get some dumbbells, whatever. Or you don't need any of that. Just do some push-ups, do some squats, sit-ups, all that stuff. You do it in your bedroom. So these are all things that work for me. Now, just another bonus point here. This is something I see that works for other people who win, other winners, and something to just kind of point out for you guys, and that is no vices. What are vices? Vices are things that help you escape real problems. And what are some of those things? Well, I wrote down 5. Alcohol, tobacco, food, sleep, video games. These are all common things we see. Some of them, like the sleep and the food, I put those 2 in there because not a lot of people see that as a vice, and I'll tell you why. With the food, it's so easy to get into food as a vice. You're having a bad day, well guess what, I'll have a candy bar, that'll make me feel better. Escaping your real problem. Sleep. Oh man, I don't want to work today, I'm going to sleep in 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, vice. You don't want to face your real problem, you want to escape from it, you want to be asleep for it. So these are all things a lot of people struggle with, but winners, me included, are phasing these out and just don't do them. Don't drink, I don't go to bars, I'm not a big smoker, I don't do cigarettes, chewing tobacco, all that stuff. So food, starting to eat cleaner and cleaner every single week. A good friend of mine who his diet is like just perfect clean, perfect diet, and he said, hey, add a new clean meal each week so you can slowly get into it. Don't shock your body, slowly get into it. So hey, I'm starting to do that. Sleep, stick to your sleep plan. Don't be doing other stuff. Video games, essential. Stop doing it. That's just easy. Okay, I had my fair share of video games as a kid, then I was like, I'm building nothing, let me go start a business, and that's what I did, and here we are. So these are things that help me win. And again, now this is going to be a little more like loose conversation now, so you've hit the bulk of the video. Go ahead, rewatch it if you want to learn a bit more, but really just speaking with you one-on-one here, the reason for me sharing this with you today is because most knife company owners, they just don't show this stuff. They don't show what makes them who they are. And I find that a little bit weird, but also understandable. I find it a little weird in terms of, like, if you run a good company, why would you not want to show off the things that help you run that good company? I don't know. But I also find it understandable because it's like, okay, well, you run a knife channel, you run a knife page, run a knife company, not like self-improvement. So I guess I kind of get it. But for me personally, I'm building a movement of like-minded knife and outdoor enthusiasts who are trying to better themselves, each other, their communities, and really just the world as a whole. So why would I hold these things from you that work for me? So these are things that work. Also, just another mental perspective. I'll start talking about my signs here I have on the wall. I've said this in a different video, but again, I'll say it again for you guys who may be new. I am putting myself in a mental perspective that I am essentially like in the grit. I'm in a trench for a year. I am in, like, it's like I'm serving a prison sentence essentially, but it's for a good reason. It's to rehabilitate my mind and my body, to just hit the core things, hit what needs to be done, get myself a solid foundation. Because why do we have prisons? That's a good question. Why do we have them? And really, it's two things. Number one, if you're serving like a life sentence or something of that length, it's more for punishment. Shorter sentences are more for rehabilitation. So that way they can turn you into a better and really functioning member of society. Now, we can debate whether that works or not, because the number of repeat offenders after you've been in prison, well, that's a high number. However, this what I'm putting myself into, I believe, is for good. This is not a punishment. This is a benefit. This is something to help me, but it's so simplistic. It's sort of like I'm in a gulag. I even looked up what was the average gulag work schedule. I work more than them. And it's like, okay, great. It's like, man, look at what they accomplished. Great, I guess I'll accomplish more. And now we have modern technology, and I still have freedom. So thank goodness I still have that. Yeah. So, and then also the other sign, enough sleep, return to the factory. Yes, it's funny. I saved that literally years ago. And I thought it was funny enough where I can be in here anywhere in the shop and you'll look at it and be like, ha, it's looking at me. So even though I'm very against communism, it's still funny. So, and then my work schedule is right next to it, which again, I need to update the meal and gym. I need to switch those two. So, but basically this year, this 1 year lease here, I was talking to my dad about this and a few other close friends, and I was just saying, like, I really believe I need this. Like, this was not essential. I didn't have to do this. I didn't sign up for this, like, in these circumstances, which, by the way, no heat, no AC. This is literally like a tin can. And so could be better, I'll say that. However, I know I need this for like mental hardening, physical just toughening. Is that a word? Now it is. So I really believe I need this year to work hard and just really set in stone some core principles of discipline and consistency. And once I have that, I truly believe continuing this through the year, we're on week 16 of this 52-week venture, and I mark it on my calendar every single week. I mark it. So anyways, I believe that by the end of this, as long as I become more and more consistent, more and more disciplined, by the end of this, you could put me on a super yacht or you could put me in a tent. I'll be able to perform because I have worked out in the grit. I have worked from 5 a.m. to 11:30 on social media. I have worked from 12 noon to 6:30 on production. And I have worked from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on my third-party sales. So I have done that day in and day out, and nobody can tell me otherwise, because I have been so focused and so disciplined and so routine. Just everything I do, it's like clockwork. It's just boom, boom, boom. We're showing up, we're doing it, and that's that. So I encourage you guys to do the same. Figure out, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Why are you put here? Why are you here? What's your purpose? And then go attack that purpose like it's nobody's business, because I'll tell you, nobody's gonna fight for you like you're gonna have to fight for yourself. Nobody's gonna care about you, especially as a man. If you're a woman, that's a different story. I'm not a woman. I'm not even gonna speak on that. But as a dude, nobody is gonna care for you. Nobody is gonna have to be the man more than you will have to be. And that is something that nobody really says. Very few people say it, not enough people discuss it. So if you want to be a winner, you have to act like it. You can't be doing loser activities and then be expecting to be treated like a winner and be wondering, excuses. The table is always full of excuses, but the reasons for action are few and far in between. So once you find those reasons for action, you better just cling on, hold on tight, because it's about to get real. You can't just leave it. You gotta act on it, and you'll come across so many reasons to not work. And literally, that's something I found is like, oh my goodness, it's not even working that's the hard part. It's staying working. It's limiting the distractions, and it's like just pushing it away, like, oh that popped up, get it away from me, pow pow pow. Just gotta deflect. Oh, no fun, no movies, no ice skating, no mountain hiking. I mean, maybe for content, okay, sure, I'll bring the camera and some knives. Don't distract me. No, all this other stuff. No movies, You just get working. You just gotta work more. That's my solution. That's my answer. And again, I have some friends who have very different perspectives on this. They can go out having fun. They can be sitting by a campfire. They can go skiing. They can take a week or 2 week trip to, I don't know, Italy. They can go wherever, and then they're still performing. And it's like, okay, great, that works for them. But I just don't see it any other way. Why would I spend all that time doing just blah 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 stuff, boring stuff in my eyes, when I could just be working? Because that's more exciting, that's more fulfilling to me. So that's why I'm a winner. That's why there is no substitute to shed knives, as you've seen in today's video. That literally there is no substitute. Nobody works harder than me, guys. Nobody does. Find me another knife company who does. Maybe they have more employees, maybe they have more cash, maybe they have more whatever, but guess what? Give me a few months, give me a year, 2 years, I'm gonna be killing it even more. I look back when I was in the shed, and oh my goodness, the amount of times I just wanted to quit and say no thank you, I'm packing up shop, I'm done with this. The amount of times I thought about that, but I was like, no, I've already come this far. I've already been making knives for 3 months. Why would I quit now? I've already been doing this for 3 years. Why would I quit now? I've already been doing this for what, 8 years? Why would I quit now? So, why would I quit now? Why would I give up? There's no reason to give up unless you're a loser. Then you give up. You breathe the wrong air and you give up. That's a loser. If you're a winner, you can do whatever, you're still gonna win, because it's all about action. So folks, I have yammered on enough, and I'm just gonna sum this up so we leave with some tangible things. What makes me a winner? Number 1, 3:15 to 4 a.m. wake-ups. Better be up by 4 a.m. Number 2, winner's breakfast. It's the eggs, sausage patties, salsa, cheese, and then for your beverage, orange juice, water. Okay, bonus points, take some supplements, vitamin C, multivitamin for immunity, creatine. Okay, creatine just helps your muscles get bigger, essentially. It attracts more water to your muscles. So, because muscle is essentially water. It's, anyways, bro science, there we go. Number 3, rigid schedule. No gaps, no breaks, no fun. Work is the fun. Number 4, lack of social stuff. Stop going out partying and start getting on the computer and getting rich. That's what we're doing. We're impacting lives in a positive manner. Number 5, daily fitness. Get fit. And then my bonus point, what makes other winners, what's something I'm doing, what's other people doing as well that I've noticed, they don't have vices. Stop the alcohol, tobacco, junk food, oversleeping, the video games, just bulk. So what are you doing to escape your real life problems? What are you doing to avoid pain? Figure that out, stop doing it, and start acting. So anyways, guys, I hope this has inspired you to go get stuff done. And if you've watched this video and you haven't felt the desire to go win, I don't know what can help you. maybe a major life event, but if you don't want to win after this, I simply don't know what to say other than I hope you'll find it eventually. But for my folks, for my Shed Knives enthusiasts, for my dear friends who have found the message and are like, you know what, this Jack, this guy, he's talking some real sense over here. He's spitting facts. Get to it. I guess I better get to it. That's right. Good job. So, anyways, guys, if you want to join the movement, I will say this since you're here. Go to shedknives.com. If you like knives, check them out. I do have them. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people carry my knives all the time. A lot of them carry my knives every single day. And I want my knives. When you see somebody else carrying a knife from Shed Knives, you see, yeah, that person's a winner. That person does the work when nobody else does. Yeah. And you know why you know that? It's because you carry one too, and you do the work when no one else does. So, the two of you, it's like, yeah, I got you. I got you. We both work better, and we're just more, we have more passion for life, and we're achievers in whatever category that is in your life. So, anyways, my friends, my name is Jack. We will show a machete. My name is Jack. I make knives, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get to it.